Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of It PrickedItsarose by yours truly, none other than Doris Wanyagia. In today's episode, I have a very good friend of mine. I'm excited to host her as we delve into today's topic. But before we go into today's topic, I'd love her to introduce herself, tell us her name, what she does for a living, how she defines herself, and generally just tell us about her. Welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Mavis, Nyawira. I'm your friend. What I do for a living? I survive.
Una survive?
Yes.
How do you define yourself? If I approach you today and I'm like, who is Mavis? Like, I don't want a lot of words. Who is Mavis?
I am outgoing and I put effort in things that I want and I hustle.
And you hustle.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So today's episode, we are going to be talking about the inner circle. When we talk about the inner circle, we are talking about the people that surround us, our friends, and generally who, you know, the way they say birds of a feather flock together, you flock now.
Yeah.
So that is what we are talking about today. And I think we'll start by, like, how do you define your circle? Like, what qualifications are there to be part of your circle? How do you define a circle? Yeah.
Okay. For now, I will say my inner circle is people I have known for more than 4 years, most. And others I've known for 2 years. And to me, someone to be in my inner circle, a definition I will give is someone who is so close to me, someone who I can go for advice from, someone who assists me, basically everything when I'm stuck somewhere, and I reciprocate the same to them because, you know, I also have to be a friend to them. Yes. And to me also inner circle means people who are like family to me. They're more than, they're like my family, like my close sisters and close brothers to me. Yes.
I think I also concur. For me, the inner circle are people that anytime like you're stuck or you're thinking of something good or some good news I have, that is the first person I'll think about and be like, I have to let them know. Hello. And the people that also come through for me and I come through for them. So for me, like, I don't know about you, but for me, I don't know if, can I get the number really? Can you get the number? Like, can you just take a second and tell us, like, I have 5 people in my inner circle?
Yes, I can. They're not much. Hata si wengi. Ni kidogo.
There are how many?
Wako watano.
Watano?
Yes.
Literally watano?
Literally watano.
Let me see. I think moja. No, for me, I think when we talk about in circle, we grow up, then you realize, like, some people, you, like, part ways.
Yeah.
You're not, like, enemies. You're still friends, but they're not in the in circle.
Life just happens.
Yes, and they walk away. Not necessarily walk away. I think they would come through, but they are not the priority. Like, they are not, like, the closest people. So for me, let me see. I think probably 3, and those 2 I've stretched in searching. I think, and by this time we're talking about the people who are not blood, Cindy.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I would say 3. Are there any qualifications that you usually have to, like, fit in your inner circle? Qualifications,
I would say your behavior also, because I don't think I would want to be with someone whose behavior is bad. I know that some of our friends might have some questionable behaviors, but I really look at people who I associate with, because at the end of the day, they might influence me to do something in one way or another, knowingly or unknowingly. So to me, behavior is also key. For qualifications, if we vibe, man, we vibe. Yes. But then there's more than vibing.
Yeah.
And ndio ujue hata that you have an inner circle. These are people who you've been with for months, for years. So I don't think there's qualifications. It's not a job application.
But you mentioned about, you said that behaviors.
Yes.
Like, what are questionable behaviors?
I will not mention questionable behaviors, but I just love people who are disciplined with their life.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is in terms of discipline. Like for me, I think there are no qualifications really. I also like go for if we vibe, we vibe. But I'm also keen on, this is, what do we call a relationship that I depend on you and you depend on me? Like, is it symbiotic?
I wouldn't know.
But like for me, if we vibe, it means that anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime I need you, you'll be there for me. So our relationship is not one way bent, and all of us like are confident in our own ways. I think for me, confidence is a qualification, if I may say so, because if you don't believe in yourself, if you're not confident in the ways, like the way you conduct your things, it means you will also inflict the doubt.
Yes.
In me. And I'm one person who like loves, like I might not have it figured it out. I might not know how I'll do it, but there's a certain confidence when you surround yourself even with people that believe in whatever you're believing in, that you're like, I think that is possible. You don't even doubt yourself. Yeah. So for me, I think confidence is a qualification. Though not like, it's not shouting at it, are you confident? Yeah. No. But I think at the end of the day, after like we vibe, and I realize, you're also a confident person, I'll be like, this is it. This is that
You'll
person.
You'll just know by how someone behaves, and really to an approach some situations and some opportunities. I think from there you'll know how confident someone is.
Yes. Then there's this aspect of sharing, oversharing. There's the aspect of just sharing life with the people that surround you. Do you like share a lot with your close 5 friends?
Okay. I would say share, but I'm someone who, before I share something, especially if it's something disturbing, I tend to keep it to myself first and see if I can get a solution before sharing. And truth be told, as I said earlier, that I know I have 5 close friends, and one is not, actually 2. 2 of them hatuko karibu, ako mbali sana. So you get sometimes sharing, maybe it's via social media, and I am not someone who shares a lot. So before I share, I think ni kitu imenisumbua sasa ile sana. Mimi ni mtu wa kujiwekea vitu. That's what I will say. But I do share, but not a lot. Yes.
I think Mimi, I'm on the other side, and I think us, we're like the most affected in terms of suffering when it comes to friendships, because I'll find like Mavis, you're my friend, and I'll be like, you know what? I tell you like anything perturbing me or that is happy with me, or whatever is going on, I'll just like automatically tell you. But what if you're not like good to me? What if kumbe you're not like a real one? You're just opposing real one. Then things unveil, and I find myself kwa matata. Because I share. Like I talk, I'll talk. And then I'll find myself in a position where, shit, kumbe they were not even my friend, and the way I've talked a lot.
I think here we're talking about people who are in our inner circle. And for someone to be in your inner circle, that means you trust that person.
But you know, there's life.
I know there's life. But for someone to be in your inner circle, that means that you've been through things together. And it's not the first time you're telling him or her something like that.
Yes.
I
still like, okay, I get where you're coming from, but I'm still of the opinion that there are people that are naturally share.
The people who have no problem with sharing,
yes.
And then there's others who tend to keep things to themselves.
Yeah, they're conservative with the
Yes.
problem or with their joys. But now the ones who are very open with sharing, they end up like when things go bad, they are the ones who are like on the side of the fence where they are suffering.
Yes.
So like you have no problem with oversharing and such.
As I said earlier, I don't share a lot, but if I share, I think I'll share what is disturbing me, and I'll just share everything.
Okay.
Yes.
Now with social media, technology, the distance as you've mentioned, how do you like maintain the friendship dynamics, ensure that you're still present in this person's life, that you still present for each other, and yet there's distance, there's social media that gives you a sense of security, like you have so many friends, but in real sense you only have like 3.
I think the effort that they put in our friendship and the effort we put together, because we visit each other, we sometimes video call each other, there's communication, and someone to take that time to visit someone who is 12 hours away, that's effort.
12 hours?
Yes.
That's far.
Yeah.
Okay. So like you guys do video calls, you
Yes.
guys do visits. I think I should borrow a leaf. I don't
But
know.
Sasa, it's not often day since it's far, but that once in a while is really good.
I don't know, like I don't know, like how people like maintain their friendship dynamics when they are far, because there is that, like there is the explanation whereby like friends are not people you meet, like friends are people you grow with. In terms of like I can meet you, we know each other, but are we really friends?
That's an acquaintance. I just
Yeah,
know you.
yeah. We can be working together, like we are close by proximity. Like proximity has made us friends, but we're not friends because we want to. I'm only a friend because probably we go to the same work every other day. We have to see each other Monday to Friday. But there is this aspect of like they putting effort, because I know Mavis, you're my friend. I'll call you, I'll video call you and ensure you're doing okay. But it is also hard. Like for me, I'll say like social media gives a sense of like, see, nimemwona Instagram, Insta stories, they're doing okay. Nimemwona status.
But unajua sasa, social media can lie. Because I will obviously not post nikiwa kwa shida. I'll post my happy moments. But then that communication and talking and knowing how your friend is faring on, then I think from there is what we call friendship. And if you're willing to work with your romantic relationship, and I believe some people even work for long distances, it can also work with friends.
Yeah. Like because the families that their fathers actually live some 5 counties away and they're still like working. Can you share like a time a really close friend of yours came through?
Yes. Yes. Quite a number of times actually. I have been sick. And she was there, she came. She was taking care of me when I needed to, because she was the family that I had. My family didn't know I was sick. I didn't want to tell them, but she was there during that time. And being sick and being admitted to hospital is not something easy. And if your friend is there for you, that's nice.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Like recently, very recently, I was very sick, like very, very sick. And now it was at night. Like I had spent the entire day, like, okay. But then at night, like I got sick, like really sick. The one that you can't contain it on yourself. I think whatever had happened, stomach issues, vomiting, diarrhea, etc. It was too bad. So I was taken to the hospital that night. Then I usually think back, like if I was by myself that night, they would have just said, just get admitted. You can't go home, because I was in no condition to take myself home. I was in no condition to take care of myself. I actually even don't remember some parts of that night.
It's actually nice because at mimi when I was sick, I was okay on Monday afternoon. Then sasa usiku nikalemewa and I live alone. So nashanga nani atanipeleka hospitali. So I just called him And they came, two of them. And they walinipeleka hospitali until nikakuwa admitted and all that was over. Which was nice. Na ilikuwa saa 8 usiku. Mtu anatoka kwake kukuja kwangu saa 8 usiku. That's a sacrifice.
Yeah, that's a close friend. Now, there is like the beauty of friendships, but at times like friendships will break down because of one thing or another. Have you ever had an experience where you outgrew a friendship and you parted your ways?
Yes.
Why?
I would say, I think nilimaliza shule. And life happens. You get into that place, unatafuta job, ukipata job. Things just fade, communication just fade. Haikuwa kwa ubaya, but the friendship just
ended.
Evil too.
I think I had one person I really considered an in circle. I was very young. Okay, let me just say not very young. But probably age from the time I knew myself, I had this constant person. Like she was a girl. She was my friend, like anywhere, everywhere. In fact, there was a time we were even referred to as twins because we were everywhere together. But then, I don't know. Till date, I can't explain what happened. Like at some point in life, she just started doing her own things. And then, with friendships, you can't force them. And she went her ways. I also decided, Sasa, kwani, I won't force. I also went my own way. But I think now it feels bad thinking about it like a time like this. I remember like I had a real close person, like someone I knew like huyu hata mutake kunicrucify atasema ekeni mkono yake chini sisi wote basi tuwekwe crucifixion. But then I don't know what happened, like we parted ways and everybody like continued to with their lives to a point even if we meet today we'll just say hi. Like, it feels bad because I don't have an explanation.
It feels weird because this is someone who you will tell
everything.
And now it's like you don't know each other.
I know.
Yes, it's kind of weird.
And I don't have an explanation. Yes. I can't say like ati, tuliulizana, juu alichukua mkate yangu, na mimi nikasema simrudishi yake, so hiyo ikakuwa vita, tukaseparate. There's nothing like that I have. At all. So it feels weird, like, to outgrow a person in such a way, that you felt like feeling bad. But then again, you can't blame yourself because for a fact, I know I did not do anything wrong to them. They also did not wrong me in any way, unless I don't know. Unless I wronged them and I don't know. And they didn't say. But I don't think I wronged them. I loved that person. Like, loved. For life, for keeps. Anyway, it was for life, for keeps. Here I am with new other friends. But the closure is not yet there. I'm not yet there. But I'm trusting God that one day, one time, we'll be able to define what happened.
It's not a must. It's not a must. You can move on without questioning yourself. It's not a must to get closure. That keeping quiet was the closure that you needed.
But I still have it today. And it's like 10. Let me not say 10.
But see, wewe hauja move on. Unafaa move on.
Sawa, after the therapist data. How vulnerable are you to people? Like, you've mentioned you don't share a lot. But the times when you decide to share, like, do you outwardly share or do you share while still reserved?
Okay, when I decide to share, I do share. Yes, and I believe vulnerability, if I've said it right, is part of every relationship. I have to be vulnerable with you if I want it to work. Meaning that at some point I have to communicate. If I am in a low moment, I can even cry, share my emotions, show those emotions to you so that you can know how vulnerable I am. That should happen to any relationship. So I am vulnerable to my friends.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I'm also very vulnerable. But like in your experience for a while, whatever friendships you've been at, those ones that you've outgrown, is it wise to be a vulnerable person, or would you'd rather just be reserved?
I would say both, 50-50. All
Why?
is needed. Because there's a time you can't be strong every time. There's a time you'll be vulnerable and you will need that support. But also, there's some things you need to reserve to yourself. You need to work on them yourself. Remember that your friend also has a baggage on her own that he needs to carry. So some things you need to keep to yourself as much as it's also good to be vulnerable with someone.
Okay. Would you feel bad if you decided to share something with a close friend of yours and they're like, I think I'll call you later,
Obviously, I would feel bad. Yes. I would feel bad.
Has it ever happened
yes,
like
it
that?
has. And then once you're okay, and you call me, I'm like, apana nisha sort, I'm okay now. And if I wanted to tell you, I don't think I would say it.
You just reserve it for yourself.
Yes. Because that moment when I wanted to tell you, you were busy, which might be bad or not bad, but tukishapitisha your session, I will just figure out a way on my own.
And what does that do to your friendship dynamic? Like, do you feel like the other person is not available for you?
But sometimes you also have to also be considerate. If it's because ako kazi and he's doing something, that's understandable. But if it's ignoring not a good excuse, I think I will just pull away.
Okay.
Stay away. Yes, that's the word. Stay away. Yes.
Stay away from the friendship.
Yes.
So much to say about friendships, like the growing part, the breaking part, and the mending part. Now, like after you've grown, you're now friends. You break, then you can mend. You can choose to mend. Do you have like a friendship you've ever mended and like it had fallen? You mended, you came back, and you're standing
strong. It was
strong.
almost falling. But with communication, I think ilikuwa poa because I said what was mimi ilikuwa inanisumbua on my side. And she said kenye ilikuwa inamsumbua on her side. And kumbe it was just all miscommunication and someone assuming the other person is thinking this type of way. Na kama tungeacha our egos to come in between that, then the friendship would have been broken.
It would have ended with that.
Yes.
But I think like that is it for friendships from my side. Unless you have like something to add on friendships, like Mimi, close friends. I value close friends of mine. I value everybody that is around me. And if I care for you, I swear I'll go all out and all in for you. But I'm also learning, like with growing up, to understand that people, like everybody has whatever they're dealing with. Nobody owes you to be there for you 100%.
Yes.
Nobody owes you like to give you an ear every other time. Hata wewe sometimes just sort yourself. Like siko ubaya, you're not
but
like,
you have to sort your things.
Yes.
I would say is you need a friend. You need friends. No man is an island. Mtu anasema ati mimi hata sinanga mabeshte, but you need those friends. It's not every time that you learn to bottle everything that you have. Having someone who can listen to you, that listening is enough. Getting something out of your chest is enough. And it's not that friends should be people who you go to on bad days only. Even on good days. Having cookouts with your friend, hanging out with your friends, those good memories are what keep your friends. And also those bad times that you're with them, they're with you. Those are the things that they'll keep remembering you about and wanting to stay with you. Yes.
Then
it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
There's no way I'll be a friend to you and you're not a friend to me.
Sure.
Unakujanga tu kwangu ukiwa na shida, and when you're happy, you're not.
I only see you.
I only see you ukiwa pabaya. That's not fair.
Yeah, there are these kinds of friends who will only text you when they need urgently.
Msaidie 2K urgently. Yes,
that is the only time. Like other than that, like you even feel I'm forcing issues. we are not okay. You feel like you're the one pushing. So if it's not two-way, I get it will break definitely. But are we like, is there a standard way of forming friends? I feel like all the friends we have, for example, when you're in campus, you used to have a specific group of friends that you defined as your inner circle, but you outgrew them because simply you finished school. Is there like, is there a way we are turned to like create friends? I feel like there is.
I don't think there's a formula in creating friends.
Not a formula, but a norm. Like we are not taught. It's like present at these friends at like you only have friends because you're in a particular setting. You suddenly have an in circle, but then there are people who have like circles from. Kuna mtu anatembea na mtu wake wa primary hadi sahi.
But mimi bado natembea na watu wenye tulikuwa na campus sahi.
Wote.
Apart from two moja kwa watano mmoja tu ndio tukusoma.
Na wa primary.
I wouldn't say she's a close friend, but we're still friends.
How many? One. Okay.
Wa home?
Huyo
wa primary ndio bado wa home.
Wa primary ndio bado wa home.
Yes.
So naona like, but there are people like wao wana creating friends na unaona job sahi uko job, friends wako huna friends wa campus, huna friends ati wa home, friends wako ni wa job.
But unajua job hatuwezi ita friends. Those are colleagues.
Exactly.
I can't categorize them as friends.
Exactly. Hivyo ndio nasema. Like, is there like a way we are set like to create friends? Mtu anafeel ati when I'm in school, these are my friends.
But I saw somewhere, it was someone writing saying that not everyone is your friend. If it's your colleague, stop saying that this is my friend. This is my colleague. This is my classmate. This is my churchmate. Let your friend be your friend. You're not calling anyone your friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that is it from me inside friendships. I think an in circle is very important. These are guys who hold you down in your weakest, who hold you up in your highest. And they are very essential people in our building because at the end of the day, you need an ear to listen to. You might not be very vulnerable. You might be a very conservative person. But when you get an ear just to tell that, wow, imagine this that I was planning like came to be, you feel good. Like it relieves you of something you didn't know you needed to relieve. Just as they say, a problem half talked is a problem half solved. You might not have like found a solution of your problems from your friends, but when you talk about it, like it is easier for you to process and let it go.
Yeah, that's something that is true.
Yeah.
I would say also pray for your friends. It's needed. And choose your friends wisely. I think we're grown people right now. You can choose your friends wisely. Yes. And not everyone is your friend.
Yeah. Like for that one, is should be in caps. Not everyone is your friend.
You don't tell everyone everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
And choose what to tell who. Don't like go to everybody. But that is it from this side. I'm so happy. I'm so glad you accepted to come. Thank you so much. So at this juncture, do we say, is it said like that? At this point, I'd like to pause this podcast until the next episode. My name is Doris Wanyagia from itprickeditsarose, and this was
Mavis Nyawira.
Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.